Welcome to Grego's TV Daily. Hope you're having a fantastic day. If you haven't pre-ordered yet, you should, because they're still shipping phones out that will arrive before the actual launch date. So take advantage of the Z Fold 6, Flip 6, watches, and all of that. They are great phones, especially the Fold 6. I played with that thing in Best Buy, and I can't wait to get my grubby little hands on it. Mine is shipped, kinda. So I ordered 2 of them. My wife's blue Z Fold 6 shipped. I already got the notification for that, tracking everything from Samsung. And mine, a pink one, which I ordered like a day before my wife's, did not ship just yet, but I do have tracking from it through the UPS website. My accessories haven't shipped yet. So I'll keep my eyes peeled on that one, but my wife's phone definitely shipped, and I think it arrives tomorrow if I'm not mistaken. I looked at it, it said tomorrow, so should have some videos tomorrow on the Z Fold 6. But let's talk about first the Galaxy S10 tablets, Tab S10 tablets, because of the fact that we've heard that they might not use the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 inside, and it looks like it has been confirmed by Ice Universe, saying that he has confirmed that the S10 series, Tab S10, will use the MediaTek Dimensity 9300 Plus chip. Now, he didn't mention just the S10 or just the S10 Plus. They'll all use it. Have it be the S10, S10 Plus, S10 Ultra will all use the Dimensity 9300 Plus chip. This is a cost savings measure. 9300 Plus does beat and equal the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, so you're not really losing any performance on it. Kind of makes me wonder, if the Snapdragon processors continually get more expensive, is Samsung even going to push their phones to this processor as well, the MediaTek processors? That remains to be seen, but this is a big get for MediaTek. Generally, they're in, especially in America, they're generally in middle to lower tiered phones, or if they're in a tablet, it's a medium tablet, maybe upper tier, but generally they're not in a lot of flagship phones out here in America. So again, this is a pretty big get for them to get the Tab series from Samsung, especially the S10 series. Next up is all about One UI 7 and how it's kind of copying iOS. So if you thought that the new accessories from Samsung, the Watch Ultra, the new Buds, have been copying the way Apple looks. It looks like they're going to also copy them in software design as well. This tweet comes from Chun saying, as promised, here are so far One UI 7 features Samsung will introduce at SDC 24. You expect One UI 7 to be heavily inspired by iOS 18. So here's the recap from his source, who briefly tried it multiple times. So more rounded icon packs. So the icons are going to be more rounded. Fold 3 type rounded corners and 3D-ish looking icons, sort of like Mac OS, Vision OS icons. This was how my source described, by the way, only translated to English. Quick action on the lock screen is basically iOS copycat. Even the icon change is rounded the same way iOS does. Of course, it can be remapped to any action. Next up will be the new gallery app icon, has white background and rainbow type flower, which is also iOS copycat. Notification panel has changed to 2 pages panel. One panel on the left is the notification only. On the other side is the quick toggles. I know some Chinese companies, he mentions it actually, which is also learned from iOS, but it's also more like Xiaomi HyperOS approach. So when you swipe down on the left, you'll get your notifications at the top. When you swipe down at the top right, you'll get your quick toggles. You can swipe left to right to quickly change notification quick settings pages like Xiaomi. In fact, I think overall it's going to be a direct copy paste from HyperOS. More rounded lock screen widgets, revamped camera UI. All the previous quick camera settings on the top have been moved to the bottom of the camera app alongside with the camera modes, and one single shortcut will expand to the multiple quick camera settings. Now let's talk about this, because they're copying, it sounds like Xiaomi, it sounds like they're copying Apple, and it seems like long gone are the days of complete just being Samsung, and not Samsung being Apple or Xiaomi or somebody else. And sometimes it is good to copy companies or improve on what they've done and make it better or make it your own. So maybe the look and feel of all this will not feel like an Apple phone or a Xiaomi phone, but it'll feel like a Samsung phone, but in a good way. But it's still just really interesting how when Samsung has changed some of their upper people, that they've started to copy Apple more so than ever. What do you guys think about this? Next up potentially has to do with the Galaxy Z Fold 7, or could be the Z Fold 6 Ultra, but I don't think it will. I think it's gonna end up being the Z Fold 7, and it's going to be the thinnest foldable phone ever. And this is a Galaxy S24 Ultra, 7.7 millimeters thick. Now what Samsung wants to do is they want, when the Z Fold 7 is closed, they want it to be as thin as an S24 Ultra, which is a 58% jump in reducing the thickness of the Z Fold 7. They also say that the Z Fold 7 could be thin as 7, this says nanometers, but it's millimeters, when folded, 58% thinner than the Z Fold 6. This would be insane if it gets this thin. But I also look at it as a bigger picture, okay? So it most likely would be a lot less weight and thinner, but at what cost? You would have to guess that the phone's probably gonna have a bigger display. That would be a positive from this. So you get a bigger display on the Z Fold 7, but you also gotta factor in that the battery might be smaller. Obviously they could spread out the battery, so maybe it won't be, or maybe it'll be a little bit larger. But I think the biggest takeaway is most likely they're gonna use the same cameras again for the third or fourth year that they have on the, the 4, 5, and 6, and they'd probably use it on the 7 as well, because they want to keep that thin. I don't think they're going to put ultra type cameras with these big thick lenses on there, especially if they're trying to keep it thin. So sure, thin, lighter sounds better, but at what cost? And the cost could always be making the phone not be as amazing as it possibly could spec-wise on everything else. Let me know your thoughts on this. Have a great day. If you want to pre-order, link down below. We'll see you down the road. Peace.